Guess what I got? Hey, look what you did to my sticks. Sticks, sticks, sticks. You're so obsessed with sticks. You even built your stupid house out of them. We all know what happened to that. You don't need to rub it in. Benny, wake up.
I need some more straw. This is the most uncomfortable bed I've ever slept in.
It's not a bed, you lazy oaf. We're in a courtroom. We're the bailiffs. The juries are in here. The trial's ready to start.
What courtroom? What trial?
The court of Once Upon a Time. Today's the trial of the Wicked Witch. Yep, they finally caught the old hag whipping up a spell in their handsome girl's new condo.
Is that all? Let me see 5 more minutes.
Okay, sure, fine. Should I wake you up when he should look to testify?
He's a witness?
For the events. Oh no, what are we gonna do? He won't try anything. We've got a restraining order, remember?
Tell that to my house.
You mean that pile is strong? Honestly, Ben, you put even the tiny stuff into building something out of bricks.
Lay off me, sis. Just because you're so perfect with your brick house doesn't mean everybody can be perfect.
It was more Mom's favorite. Are we all set, little pigs?
Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, is it true he's going to testify today?
He's on the defense list, but don't worry. Jack the Giant Killer's on alert. He tries anything, and Jack will knock him over the head with a beanstalk.
Still pretty scary. Haven't seen him since.
Since you two bums moved in with me. Good thing I built a 3-bedroom ranch house. So, Brett, prosecute the old hag?
Our case is gonna nail her. She's going upriver forever after.
And then can we do something about
Him.
Get your hands off me. Don't push me. I'm going. Brother, you killed one little giant. All of a sudden, you're Dirty Harry.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Why, if I only had my spell book, I'd turn you into a turnip.
Well, you don't. It's safely locked away as evidence.
You, little Miss Red Riding Hood, are not to address my client in any way, shape, or form. Do it again, and I'll seek a mistrial.
Well, seems like you've got your claws out of sharpened, evil stepmother.
All the better to make a point with, my dear, and stepmother will do just fine, if you please.
Okay. All rise. The Court of Once Upon a Time is now in session. The Honorable Fairy Godmother resigning.
Go ahead and be seated, my dears, and welcome one and all.
What is this, a tea party?
Oh, come now, Wicked Witch. In my courtroom, we are civil to one another.
My client apologizes, Your Honor.
Accepted. Is the state ready to proceed in the trial of Wicked Witch versus Once Upon a Time? Yes, Your Honor. Oh, Little Red, so nice to see you again, and thank you for the goodies you brought over earlier.
That is bribery.
Oh, my gavel. Where is my gavel?
Benny, where is the gavel?
Oh, here. I was picking my teeth with it.
Oh, thank you, bailiff. The defendant is out of order, and speaking of the defense, is the defense ready to proceed with the case as well, stepmother?
We are, Your Honor.
Then the state may call its first witness. The state calls Sleeping Beauty.
Denny, go get Sleeping Beauty.
She's asleep.
When I put them to sleep, they stay asleep.
Well, wake her up then, Denny. And you, Wicked Witch, ought to keep your big yap shut. Here we are. Care for a cup of coffee, Sleeping Beauty? No, thanks. It'll keep me awake. Have a seat, Sleeping Beauty. Thanks. Can you tell us when you first met the defendant? Gosh, no, it's just a teeny weeny little baby. How did she come to harm you then?
I object. It hasn't been proven that my client harmed this fashionista in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, come on, evil stepmother. Everybody knows But you haven't proved it here in court, Little Red. I'm going to sustain the objection. Could you tell us when you first came into contact with the defendant? Sleeping Beauty. Wake up and smell the coffee? No, thanks. Coffee keeps me awake. Could you tell us when you first came into contact with the defendant?
God, sure, Bubsy invited all the fairies in the kingdom to my christening, but her secretary was getting married that same week and just forgot to send an invitation to the Wicked Witch. It was just clerical oversight, but the Wicked Witch flew off the handle with this stupid spell on me.
And what exactly was that spell?
She said that when I was 16, I would touch a spinning wheel and then I'd stab my finger on it until my true love kissed me. It was one of my better efforts.
The defendant is out of order.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, Mumsy and Pubsy got rid of every spinning wheel, but lo and behold, they forgot one in the basement. And one day, right after my 16th birthday, I was down in the cellar looking for my boogie board, and I saw this spinning thing, and I touched it, and the rest is history.
And you didn't remember anything for the next 100 years?
Gosh, but I know where's the weird point, right? Cross-examine.
So, this supposed curse was placed on your head when you were how old?
3 weeks.
So, you yourself can identify the defendant as the one who actually cast the spell.
Gosh, no, I was only 3 weeks old.
Thank you, Sleeping Beauty.
But she said she did a good job. Didn't you hear her?
My dear, you may only answer questions. The jury should forget that last statement, and you may step down, I hear.
Oh, good.
a nap.
The state calls Snow White to the stand.
Benny, go get Snow White.
Do I have to?
It's your turn.
It's always my turn. When's it your turn for a change? It's always Benny do this, Benny do that. For crying out loud. Why can't I just can't wallow like a decent pig? Snow White, get in here.
Your Honor, I am so sorry about this. Now, Jenny, I know you've had your hands. Hooks full of Benny and Benny, but at least you've got them working.
Would you sit right here in the witness dock, please, Miss White?
Yes, of course. Care for an apple little girl.
Oh no.
One more threat out of the defendant, and I will have the guard haul her back to her cell.
My client understands, Your Honor.
Then continue the revenge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Miss White, could you tell us how when you first met the defendant?
One beautiful spring morning. I'd just begun to make 7 miniature apple pies for the little men I lived with at the time.
You were their housekeeper, is that correct?
Yes.
And why would you accept a job like that when you were and are a bona fide princess?
Well, my father, the king, died. My stepmother, who was very wicked.
Aren't they all?
Your Honor!
Oh, little red. I would like you to refrain from commenting on personalities, no matter how true.
Sorry, Your Honor, I just couldn't resist. Now, Miss White, back to your stepmother.
Well, she wanted to be the most beautiful woman in the whole land, but as you can see, I'm much more beautiful than she ever was, so she ordered a hit on me.
A hit?
Yes, she hired a woodsman to kill me, but I escaped and went into hiding at the Seven Dwarfs' cottage.
Which brings us to the defendant.
Yes, one morning I was happily singing away, rolling out pastry, when her ugly face darkened my Dutch door.
Your Honor!
Snow White, this isn't a beauty contest, so it doesn't matter how ugly the Wicked Witch is, you're not to mention it.
So the ugly face of the defendant appeared at your Dutch door?
Your Honor!
Objection sustained. The jury is admonished to forget the word Dutch. It doesn't matter what kind of door it was.
What did the defendant do?
She offered me an apple.
Which you took and ate?
I took one bite, and then
What happened?
I dropped dead.
Prosecutor.
Now, Miss White, did you ever see your stepmother talk to or meet my client?
No, but they...
Yes, and why did my client offer you an apple?
She said to welcome me to the neighborhood.
Were you suspicious at the time?
Not really.
So she didn't strike fear into your heart?
If I knew then what I know now...
Please, Miss White, only answer the questions. So, you dropped dead,
That's what the paramedic said.
and you were buried.
Well, not really. I mean, I was so beautiful, the little men didn't want to stuff me underground. Thank goodness. They put me in a crystal box.
I see. And then what happened?
A guy came along and gave me a kiss. That's when I woke up.
So, you weren't really dead at all.
Well,
People who are dead don't wake up, do they?
I guess not.
So, my client really didn't do anything.
But it was her apple.
Is this the apple?
I'm not sure.
I object, Your Honor. All half-eaten apples look alike.
Your Honor, the defense found this apple lying outside the Seven Dwarfs cottage. Our forensics team tested it and found no poison on it whatsoever.
But you can't be sure that's the apple the witness ate.
But if it is, it wasn't poisoned. Thank you.
You may sit down.
But she's guilty. I know she is.
The state calls Hansel and Gretel.
Coming right up.
Show off.
How do you think we're doing? They haven't proved a thing. How about these two coming up?
I told you, I've never seen them before in my life.
Hansel and Gretel are ready to testify.
Right over here, Miss Gretel.
So where am I supposed to sit?
Well, normally witnesses testify individually.
However, in the interest of time, I felt we could double up with a brother and sister. Yeah, like I've got to be related to that.
You know, Price says.
Now, children, we don't need bickering in court.
She started it. Oh, here's a chair for use.
Hey!
That's Biddy's chair.
It's my chair now, Buster.
I'm sure Biddy wouldn't mind standing for it. Mr. Hansel has to sit down.
Yeah, I'm doing you guys a favor.
So yeah, that's her sitting over there.
It's almost roasting me in an oven.
Excuse me, but you wait until the prosecuting attorney asks you questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Gretel, why don't you start by telling us what happened on the morning of June 18th, 10 years ago?
I remember it like it was yesterday. Mom and Dad sent Nerdlinger here.
I got a name, sis.
Sorry. Mom and Dad sent Hansel and me out to find truffles. You know, those fancy French mushrooms. They were having some big, fancy, smancy dinner that night, Mom wanted to put truffles on the linguine or whatever.
So we skipped into the woods.
You were still skipping at that stage?
Yeah, we were happy, carefree little kids. You got a problem with that?
We took along breadcrumbs and dropped them as we walked so we could find our way back.
Einstein here thought of that one up.
Give me a break. I was only 7.
Told you we should have brought string, but no.
All right. You dropped breadcrumbs and ended up deep in the woods.
Yeah, and it started to get dark. We tried to find our way back, but we got lost.
Because the birds ate all the crumbs. And whose fault was that?
So, would you stop and ask for directions? No.
All right. You're lost. What did you do?
She cried.
So did you.
Yeah, well, not as much as you.
How did you meet the defendant?
Oh, well, that was easy. After walking a bit, we came to this gingerbread house covered in frosting and candy.
My decorator worked for the Food Channel. Did you knock on the door?
With all that candy and frosting, no, we just started to eat.
Mom had only packed a little lunch, so we were hungry.
That's understandable. Did you eat much?
Not that you can notice.
They ate an entire corner and a good chunk of my roof.
One more outburst and you climbed to be cited for contempt, stepmother.
Well, it's true. They ate like pigs.
Your Honor, we present that. No more comments about the bailiffs, please.
Did the defendant come outside?
Yeah, she sure did.
She said she'd make us hot cocoa and call her mom.
But the minute we were inside, she locked the door and threw me into a cage.
And what did she do to you, Gretel?
She thought I was a merry maid or something. I did the cooking, cleaning, polishing, you name it. I was her slave while she fattened a butterball here.
I couldn't help it. Everything she fed me was made out of buttercream and sugar.
And why would she do that?
She was gonna cook Hansel and eat him.
Gretel found an internet recipe for oven roasted child.
All right, and what did you two do?
Well, one day she had me fire up the oven, and we're not talking the toaster oven either, the big one.
Then she pulled me out of the pan. I was so full of out of the cage. I was so full of sugar goo, I didn't know what was happening. Then she plopped me on the pan and brushed me with more butter.
Then she told me to see if the oven was hot enough.
Did you?
Well, I didn't know how to do that, so I asked her to show me. She had a big sigh, rolled her eyes, and said something about dumb kids. Then she opened the oven door and stuck her head inside. "This is all you do, dearie," she said.
That's when I told Gretel to shove her in.
You did not. I thought of that all myself.
It doesn't matter. You shoved her in.
And slammed the door shut,
Then we ran out of there as fast as we could.
which wasn't very fast because I had to roll butterball here.
It wasn't my fault.
But you eventually made it home?
Yeah, when we got home, Mom called the cops, but when they went out into the woods, they couldn't find her. The whole gingerbread house had been eaten by squirrels and birds.
Only a few crumbs were left.
And how did that experience affect you two?
I've been in therapy for 10 years.
My doctor said I was cured 2 years ago, so there.
Your witness.
Now, Hansel and Gretel, did the defendant here took you in and gave you a home when you were homeless? Is that correct?
Well, not exactly.
She provided you with food and shelter?
Yes, but...
Yes. And on the day in question, she asked you to fire up the oven, correct, Gretel?
Yeah, so?
But she didn't tell you what she intended to bake in the oven.
She didn't say, but it was pretty obvious.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
No.
Okay. So next, she apparently put Hansel in a pan and buttered him.
Yeah, and if she wasn't going to bake me, why else would she do that?
You complained about something the night before, hadn't you?
What are you talking about?
You were being bitten by little no-see-ums.
Yeah, but...
One way to stop those bugs from biting, and I quote from a book by I Am Itchy, a notable dermatologist, a light coating of butter will prevent most bites.
What? She was gonna bake him like a cupcake.
You, Miss Gretel, have absolutely no proof of that. You shoved the poor woman who rescued you into a blazing hot oven.
I am still not out of therapy.
It's all her fault. I showed the book out of your honor.
Yeah, her spell book.
Now, calm down, children. Stepmother, do you have any more questions for Hansel and Gretel?
Yes, Your Honor, just one. Did the Wicked Witch find you, or did you find her?
What kind of question is that?
Just answer it, please!
You're making it look like it's all our fault.
I'll take that as a we found her.
Are you going to let her do this?
That's her job.
Come on, Gretel. Let's go find some cool kids to hang out with.
Yeah, this place is for stuffy old fogies.
Do I get Benny's chair now? Oh, help yourself. And the state can call its next witness.
The state calls Rapunzel.
Benny, wake up.
Hey, what did you do that for?
She told me to.
Benny, it's time for Rapunzel.
You could have just asked.
Oh, you go.